first in a series of videos on how to draw a storage shed. It will also be the first series of videos where we utilize tags and materials on our product. So we're going to start off here by drawing the floor system in our first video. I want to make sure that I organize my drawing properly. So one way that I can organize my drawing properly is by using tags or layers. These are basically sheets that I can draw different segments of my drawing or different aspects of my drawing on so that I can organize a larger drawing more efficiently. We're going to start out here and create a new tag. If you do not see your default tray, all you have to do is go up to Window, Default Tray, and say Show Tray right here. In your default tray over here, you'll find the tags bar and the arrow key that will expand it. And then to get a new tag, all we have to do is hit the plus symbol and then give our new tag a name. So I'm going to type in floor framing. I'll use an underscore in between floor and framing and hit enter when I'm done. In order to draw on that layer, what I need to do is make it current by placing the pencil adjacent to the layer name. So let's get started on this. My storage shed is going to be 8 by 8, so I'm going to do 2 sheets of subfloor to create the size of my shed. Go to my rectangle command. Starting at my origin, I'll select there. I'll go out in this direction and type in 48, 96. Enter. And that will give me my sheet of subfloor. Using my push-pull command, I'll pick the top, move upward, type in 0.75. That will give me 3/4 of an inch thickness for my subfloor. I'll do my selection arrow next, triple clicking, and then right clicking and making that a group. I now have created one sheet of subfloor. Since it's 2 sheets wide, I can just copy this sheet over to this location. So I'll select it, go to Move, pick the top left corner of the sheet, press Control and release, pick the top right corner of the sheet. I've now established the size of my storage shed. Next, I'll do my floor system. My floor system, all the joists will run perpendicular to the sheets. So on each end, I'll need a rim joist. I'll start by drawing a rim joist on this edge of the storage shed. So I'll zoom in on this corner, go to my rectangle command, and pick that corner right there. As I move out, you'll notice that I have a blue rectangle. If I hit my left arrow key, it will shift my rectangle to green, and it will now go in the vertical direction, which is what I want. I'm going to now type in 1.5, 5.5, and hit enter. Now give me the dimensions of the 2x6. I'm going to spin around here using my push-pull command. I'm going to drag that profile and then pick this edge of my subfloor. I now have one of my rim joists in. Go to my selection arrow, triple click it, make it a group. I need that on both sides, so I will zoom in here, select that rim joist, go to Move, pick its top right corner, press and release Control, pick the bottom right corner of this sheet, and now I have a rim joist on each side. To do my floor joist, I'll zoom in right here. I'll go to my rectangle command, I'll pick this intersection or endpoint right here, and I'll come down and it should give me my red rectangle on the red axis. If it does not, all you have to do is hit your right arrow key. If I look down in the lower left-hand corner at my dimensions, and if you don't see your dimensions turned on right now, you can quickly go up here to View, Toolbars, and then turn on the Measurements box. That will give you this dimension toolbox right here. So I'll go back to my rectangle command, pick right there. I'll come down to here. You'll notice that it wants me to give it the 5.5 inch dimension first. So I'll go 5.5, comma, 1.5. Here's my rectangle. I'm going to push pull, pick that surface, and drag it to the other side, picking the inside of my opposite rim joist. I'll then go to my selection arrow, triple click that, right click, and make that a group. I now have one floor joist in. I want these floor joists every 16 inches. So I'll pick on that one. I'll go move. I'll pick any point on it, which I'll just pick this end point. I'll press and release control. I'll move to the right on the green axis and type in 16 and hit enter. I need to have 6 of these to complete my floor system. So before I press anything else, I'll just press the letter 6 or the number 6 and the letter X for 6 times. And that shows up down in your distance box. After I press enter, it puts those 6 floor joists in. And I can come down here to the last one, pick it, go to move, and move it right back into there so that it's nice and even on the end. I now have my subfloor and floor joists drawn. The next thing I'm going to draw are 3 skids that the floor system is going to sit on. Go to my rectangle command. I'm going to come right here to this corner. This time I want to go down and to the right, so I want my green rectangle. So I'm going to hit my left arrow key. And I am going to enter the dimensions 3.5, comma, 5.5. I'm going to put this large rectangle right here. I'm going to pull that, push-pull that all the way to the back using my push-pull. And by picking the back surface. And then I want to cut the corners of it off so that if I do use it as a skid to drag my shed around, these corners don't get caught. So I'm simply going to utilize my tape measure tool. Click on your tape measure tool. I'm going to come up 2.5. I'm going to come in 2.5. I'm simply going to draw a line with my pencil across those two. So pencil, intersection to intersection. Use my push-pull tool, pick on this little triangle, pick the opposite edge. See that? Just crop the corner off, go to the other end. There's my 2.5 high line. Give me another line 2.5 back, and draw a line connecting those two. Go to push-pull, and push-pull that off. I can now delete my guidelines. So I'll go to Edit, Delete Guides. I need to make this a group, so I'm going to go to my selection arrow. I'm going to triple click it, right click on it, and say Make a Group. I told you I needed one of these on each side and one in the middle. So I'll select this one. I'll go to Move. I'll pick its top right corner, press and release Control, and pick the bottom right corner over here. I'll then zoom in here and pick the midpoint right here. Press and release Control, and pick the midpoint of my first joist. I now have my 3 skids that my mini barn is going to sit on, or a small shed is going to sit on. Lastly, on this project, we're going to put some materials on. So really, it doesn't matter what materials I use. I'm just going to go over here and use some of the stock SketchUp materials. So right here in the middle of your material screen, and if you don't see the materials menu, you can hit the little arrow here to expand it. You'll see this box right here. If you hit the down arrow, these are the different categories of materials that come in SketchUp. I'm going to pick on wood. I'm going to pick right here on wood, plywood, knots. It'll give me a paint bucket, and I'll pick on each of my 3 skids. and it will paint those with that material. Next, I'm going to go up here to wood bamboo. I'm going to pick on each of my floor joists. And then lastly, for my subfloor, I'll pick on wood OSB, and I'll pick on each sheet. Now, if I felt like my wood bamboo was a bit too red, I could easily go in here, make that pattern active, go to edit, and I can create a new material from this. So I'm going to create new material. And then right here, I can just make that a little bit different color. So if I wanted a little more yellow, like regular wood, I'm just going to slide that over to yellow. If I want it darker, lighter, right here's where I'm going to do that. When I get it like I want it, I just say OK. And now I have that material. And I can give it a material name if I wish, or I can just pick on it, put it on here, and that looks a little bit closer to maybe the hue of what natural lumber would look like. So if you want to do that, feel free. At this point, we've got our entire floor system done, and we are done with the first segment. You need to save your drawing to the proper location at this time.